Hi, welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. Alright, so today I'm gonna talk about squeaky or knocking sound from the rear door of the Toyota Alphard or Wellfire. Alright, this is the 20 series produced between 2008 to 2014. Okay, so when you're driving, some not to say sometimes, but if you notice there's a knocking sound, clock 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 clock, or squeaky sound from this door, all right, then this video is for you. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, we will disable the power door. Okay, so what we have here is the door hinge mount or rubber mount. Alright, it gives a buffer or more like a cushion for the door to sit on so that it doesn't vibrate as much. Okay, this is particularly useful if the problem you're having is a knocking sound. So what happens is that it's usually this and the hinge over here that's a bit loose, so this one I will actually push it a bit so that it doesn't move much. Okay, so to remove this you need a T40 socket. Alright, it's a star shape. Okay, before I remove this fully, you need to take note the direction of the hinge. Alright, make sure it's facing outwards. If you install it the other way around, your door will not be able to close. Okay, just give it a little bit of brush. If you want, you can always just wipe it out with a damp cloth. And what you do is you just put this in. Alright, just like that. Then we'll bolt it back in. Okay, and there you have it, that's installed. So there's actually two that you need to install. So one is over here, another one more is actually over here. Alright, so this is a bit more difficult, so you need to angle your tools to go in, and what I normally do was make sure that the door is half open or half closed, however you look at it. Alright, in order to reach this with my tools. Okay. Alright, so by installing this rubber, alright, this buffer, okay, you will most likely eliminate the knocking sound coming from the hinges. However, if you're still getting some knocking sound or cricket sounds, alright, now I'm going to show you how to deal with those. Those are pretty simple and pretty cheap to fix. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so there are a few contact points in the car between the door and the car body. Alright, you see one over here, one over here, one over here, and one over here. Okay, so these are the points that when the car is new, alright, this fits either snugly or at least it doesn't have any dust or anything, or it's not dry, so it doesn't make any rubbing sound that is causing the cricket sound. So what you need to do is you need to actually clean all this just with water. Alright, then put a little bit of grease on it. Now the type of grease that I'm using, you may not be able to find this, or maybe you can, but this is quite old already. Alright, I can't even remember when I bought it. Yeah. Alright, if you are a casual DIYer like me, this can will last you for years. I think this one lasted me for more than 10 years already. Okay, so it's just some regular grease. Alright, you can spray WD-40 on it, but I do not recommend it because WD-40, as some of you might know, it attracts a lot of dust and it's actually very dirty. Alright, so what you need to do is just clean this up, put a little bit of grease, 4 points, and that should solve it. Alright, if you want, you can put some grease on the hinges here as well. Alright, sorry, not the hinge, the locking mechanism for the hinge. So there's one here and one at the back here. Okay, yep. So you only need a bit, you don't need a lot actually. Alright, see? Don't put one big bunch of grease inside. That's not recommended. Not recommended by me, at least. Alright, get your finger in there. Then lube up the surrounding areas. Okay, now you take a little bit more and put it into the locking mechanism here. Ew. That's the old grease. Okay, so that should do it. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you learned something from it. So let's just talk a bit about this project. It's a very simple project, one that doesn't even take 5 minutes. Okay, so there's only 2 things to do. Alright, one is to install the rubber, one is to lubricate the contact points of the door and the car body. Alright, so let's talk a bit about the cost. So the rubber, each piece costs about 30 ringgit. That's about $8. So that's about 100 over ringgit over there. 30 times 4 is about 120 ringgit just for the rubber. Alright, why times 4? Because you have 2 doors, 2 power doors, and each power door needs 2. Okay, next, grease. You need this grease. I think it's stated here 16 ringgit 90 cents, but that's more than 10 years ago, so it's most likely more expensive now. Yeah, you might not even need this big of a tub. Alright, like I said, I've used this for more than 10 years. I think I barely use about 20% of it. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about is the tools required. Alright, this is the only special tool that you require, which is a T set. Not T set. I don't know what was this called. Alright, it's labeled as T40, T60, T70. Alright, if you don't have this or you don't want to purchase it, you can always go to your local accessory shops or workshops and have them install this for you. It's only 8 screws. Alright, if you're a regular, they probably don't even charge you. Okay, then you need the nah, actually you don't really need this. I took this out for just in case. You need a ratchet and a flexible ratchet head. If you don't, you have to try and angle and install it. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's definitely it. Okay, so as usual, if you like this video, hit the like. If you dislike it, you can always hit that. But leave us a comment on how we can improve further, alright? That's very important. I want to improve. Okay? And if you have not done so, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notified on my future uploads, alright? Yeah, please hit subscribe. Your support is very important. See ya!